Good evening. And as promised, we're doing our spooky readings tonight, y'all, on Crime TV. We are doing Gypsy-Rose. Now, we are not doing the reading of Gypsy-Rose. We just want to find out some answers, y'all, because something is just rubbing me the wrong way, okay? I do not want to call up her mother's spirit. No, thank you. But I kind of wanted to look into some things myself, y'all. It was kind of nudging me, and I wanted to know some answers and get some answers on some things, okay? So, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's get into Gypsy-Rose's reading. We have our new, let me get this together here. Sorry about that, y'all. Our new scenery, which we got to keep up on, y'all. Changing things around from time to time. Not doing the same thing all the time, okay? We need new scenery. It's a tourist thing, okay? All right. Let's fix our dragon. There we go. All right. So the question I really want to look into is if she had something to do with her mother's murder. Okay? Whatever I get, I'm just going to say it. So for y'all radical fans of Gypsy-Rose, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know, on Crime TV, we keep it real. So if we get something, we get something and we go with it. Okay? So, did she know more about that night? Did Gypsy-Rose know more about that night her mother was killed? Y'all, I hate to say it, but she did do this as a come up. I did get some cards earlier as well. So this was a way of her getting her freedom, her independence, a name for herself that did not have her mother controlling it, okay? She wanted her own life, and eventually when, you know, kids become adults, this is what they're going to want. Their space, their freedom, their own title. You being less and less in their business. Okay. Let's see here. So they're saying listen. The spirits are saying listen. Okay, so we're listening. What happened that night? All right, now, like I said, whatever I get is whatever I get. Now, the payment for doing this, you guys, had a lot to do with lust. I feel that the offer made was sex. You do this for me, I give you sexual pleasures and sex. And yes, it is a form of payment, believe it or not. But also there's a lot of lust and sex involved with that night as well. It's almost like some kind of ritual. That's what I keep getting. With her mother's body, different things, okay? Okay, between the two, so between this lover of hers at the time, which we know who the guy was, right? So it could have been, I believe his name was Nick. Now, I believe that. I'd have to go back if I'm wrong. But whoever the guy was that murdered her mother or that she was seeing at the time, this definitely is talking about them too. I also got the number 3 earlier. So 2 people involved. One candle was black. One candle was like a vanilla color. Then there was like the number 3. So to me, that's symbolizing Gypsy-Rose, this guy, the murderer, that was said to be the murderer, and also her mother. The black candle, the darker candle, I feel represented him more, believe it or not. Very dark energy is what I get. Mental illness, definitely psychopath of some sort. And don't get me wrong, I get Gypsy-Rose has some bad traits too. All right. So here's the guy here. Again, for our new viewers, this would be the narcissistic, psychopath, sociopath card. Okay, this is his energy coming forward. And I also want to state in the video, this is alleged, since Gypsy-Rose is still amongst us. So this would be like, we have to say alleged, even though, you know, my spirit's how they do, okay? We are learning about this murder and also about this case and also about the energies that are involved in this case, okay? Now, Gypsy wanted war with her mother. She wanted out of this confinement. I get she felt imprisoned, like she could not breathe. She wanted to be free. And as you know, her mother kept her on drugs, medications, sleeping pills. But this was a way to, how do you say, keep her at bay. Keep her controlled. Okay? Lots of conspiracy theories on what happened that night. There was an investigation. He did travel to that home to carry out this act. Okay? I get it's an act more than a murder. So that's really odd. This is almost like played out like some kind of stage play. Even though it is murder. Kind of like Shakespeare, if you will. It's really weird. Okay, they were in communication. Yes, both of them planned this. This is premeditated. They're both in on this. She's not as innocent as she's coming off, allegedly, right? But I feel that the reading saying she did this for a rebirth. Again, she wants her freedom. She wants to be happy. She wants to be free. She's fantasizing about this life outside of her mother. She's too consumed by her mother. And I feel that her mother did consume her energy and her time and her space. She was living through Gypsy. Very strange. And Gypsy did want her blind justice for this, okay? Father was not very strong in Gypsy's life. And I feel in the other boy's life, too, there were definitely father issues, okay? I feel had there had been a stronger father foundation, this wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened, okay? More involvement, again. We go through these readings time and time again about both parents not being active in the child's life where these things can occur. Neglect is an open door for so many things to happen. So many things to come in, okay? Yes, there's a lot of medical things involved with Gypsy. There's a lot of medical things involved with her mother. There's mental illness. There's physical illness. There's made-up illnesses. Lots of doctors involved. It speaks of doctors, nurses, hospitals. They're not innocent either. Corruption at its finest, y'all. All people cared about in this situation was money and how to get exposure. And they were getting things off of Gypsy, okay? Basically, like a vampire draining her. And don't get me wrong. I am not for 1 minute saying Gypsy's not a victim in this. Not for 1 minute, okay? But it would be unfair for me to say that there's things that I have picked up with her case, with her reading, with spirits that are saying that she has developed a lot of traits from her mother. One is being very manipulative. One is knowing how to play the system, play people, play with their minds and their emotions. Oh, what are you supposed to say, allegedly? No, this is what I'm getting in the reading, okay? And she feels she got a victory out of this, okay? Now, I don't feel like she's telling the total truth about her involvement. She's claiming that, hey, you know, he basically did everything. He just took control, went for his. But she's not telling y'all that she watched the whole thing. Okay, well. Well. Sounds like an accomplice to me. She's not fighting it. She's not stopping it. She's not calling for help. She's not yelling for help. She just watches the whole thing. Okay. Now, I do believe this speaks of her and her mother, and also her and the other guy. Now, they're totally two different people, two different energies. Her mother is very dark. This guy is very dark. It's not saying that Gypsy doesn't have dark traits, but I just don't feel as dark. Okay? Not as dark. But she's not innocent by a long shot, allegedly. Okay? Now, I feel like this reading is saying she helped. Okay? You see the female on the card. This is the story. And it's saying, look, this is the truth. All right? We have to be careful of things we say because, you know, this world is all about I'm going to see you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So you have to really say things a certain way. But this is what we're getting in the reading. This is what the spirits are saying. Yes, her mother was murdered. They were in fear of being exposed, of being caught. This shows him, now I feel he's the main culprit. But this is premeditated by two people. One is a male, one is a female. One is a darker energy, one is not as dark. Okay? Done for corruption and money. Okay, so here we go with maybe saying Gypsy could get some money out of this, which she's getting money now from being wrapped up in this. Okay, and it's sad that in this world people support all the wrong things, y'all, all the wrong things. Okay. When there's people out here who really have great intentions, great content, great things to offer. But the only way that you have a status is from your mother dying horrifically and you telling your story, which is painted to be justified. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Again, she went through some things. And her mother was very mentally ill. This is a fact. Okay? But the story is not being told 100%, y'all. Not at all. That's what the cards are saying. That's what the spirits are saying. That's what the reading is saying. That's what Crime TV is saying. That's what I'm saying. But yet we have to say allegedly. Okay? Very strange night and occurrence. There's a lot of evil spirits in the air that night as well. And Gypsy, you know, felt trapped in this situation by her mother in this home. They feel they've already went as far as they can go. They might as well finish the job. Okay. A lot of secrets. There's a lot of secrets in her room, too. Something going on in her room. Maybe diaries, maybe pictures, maybe a lot of being online, social media, what do you call it? Webcam, dating sites. She loves those, I guess. She loves dating sites. So easy to manipulate men on dating sites. That's what I get. So easy. Again, she felt imprisoned. There's definitely something going on here with her mother. Definitely. And I feel that her mother did prey on her. She did. She used her for things. Okay. Status, money. Very controlling person. And this is the only way she felt to relieve herself, okay? Was to get rid of her mother. But I don't feel like this is a one-person thing, y'all, and I'm still going to say that again. I keep getting this in the reading, that someone helped her. Someone helped her, and she helped him. And the exchange for this was sexual favors. Women been doing it for centuries, y'all, okay? Let's look into some other things. Because I know I got some pretty wild stuff during meditation, too. So this whole case is being lied about what happened that night. Her mother sees her as the traitor, even though I know she put her through some things. She feels betrayed and stabbed in the back. I do not want to pick that up on my EVP, y'all. I don't want that following me around. All right. That is the silver lining. I know the police were involved. A lot of politics involved. Money, once again, I feel like she felt she would get money out of this situation somehow, okay? A lot of faith in this case that, you know, justice would be had. We would hear the truth of what really happened. What pushed her to this edge, okay? Growth, a come up, coming out of the situation, having her own fame, her own life. Led by dark forces. There are a lot of hidden secrets. I told y'all that. Yes. This had to be done in a certain amount of time. And this has been brewing, y'all, since Gypsy was a child. She had one of her mother gone for the longest. That's what I get. For the longest time. Wow. When the truth comes out. Allegedly. Right? At night on Crime TV. I got a couple cards for her earlier. It was interesting. I got this one particular card. It was so interesting. So she's running in this field. The card is saying happiness. So this is what she felt she would gain by doing this. It's almost like a sacrifice. And I get a very big sacrificial murder. Like it's almost staged, played out like some kind of play that night. Okay. Premeditated at its finest, y'all. Let me see what the killer cards are going to say. I didn't want to do like a big reading on her because I'm like, just what happened that night. I'm not trying to do all that. I kind of know the gist. We kind of know the gist of it. You know. Victim stalked by killer. So, yeah, he was stalking her mother before he did this. Again, this guy is really dark and very strange. I feel like he was kind of getting a feel of her whereabouts. When's the best time to do this? This is very planned out. Okay. Details leading up to the murder may be worth investigating. Absolutely. There's more to this. Again, this is showing how she wanted her mother out of the picture. She wants her own identity. She wants control of her own life. Okay. Additional evidence at the scene may be discovered. Oh, there's so much more evidence. Yes, there is. When I say social media will provide valuable clues, on there just saying all kinds of stuff. All right. All kinds of stuff. That will show this is premeditated. All right. Victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. I want to go through this. Let's put this card to the side, y'all, because there's something I gotta say. Killer profile indicates narcissist or sociopath. Yes, this guy is very strange. I'm the one that helped her with this. He's a very dark energy. Again, he came up as the black candle. So yes, I agree. Dating history or killer new victim. Here we go. We already know that. Knew of the victim. Kept something, souvenir. This case will remain unsolved until key evidence is discovered. There's a lot of things being hidden, and also a lot of things that have not come out either. And I'm going to tell you why, because he's covering a lot for her. I think he's getting tired of it, though. And it reminds me of the Chris Watts a lot. Also, it's not very similar, but that covering for other people, y'all, can get pretty deep. All right. I think he's losing hope, though. What she promised him and what she told him is not true. She's been with other guys. She's moved on. She does not talk about him or their future. And he feels very in the dark about the things that she's told him and promised him. A life together, a future, all lies. She manipulates people and men especially. And that's what I'm getting the reading, and that's what I'm sticking to. As far as if she has any remorse, yeah. Why? Why would you think that? If she ever wants to pursue a job in acting, I would go for it, for sure. She loves the spotlight. She loves media attention. She loves the cameras. She loves the glam. I don't see why not. But I don't get, with her energy or in the reading, this is like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe I went through with this. I'm just so remorseful. I'm falling apart. No. No, absolutely not. Okay. Let me see here. So I can get these little cards. Tell me what well, it was a success, they feel. It did happen. Door was locked, she let him in. Very interesting. Playing games. It's more the sympathy and empathy card for her than her mother, which I get. I mean, her mother was a terrible person. I just get a lot of games being played, y'all. A lot of games. A lot of hype for media. A lot of hype for shows. Social media. Okay, but they were preparing to do this. Okay, this also I feel depicts if there was a stabbing or a sharp instrument used. The sacrificing of blood. Wait a minute, I got some things to go into, y'all. I gotta get these cards out of the way. I gotta go into meditation, y'all. And I didn't want to do like a 40-50 minute reading on her because I just don't want to. I don't want to do it because I don't feel it's worth it. My other spirits need exposure. They were innocent. And not saying that Gypsy's not innocent, but I just don't feel she is 100% innocent, okay? I don't feel she was. So she escaped a lot of her involvement, a lot of her justice in this situation. I feel like he was spying on her mother. There was a knife or sharp object used, is what it's saying. So again, I keep getting that sharp object, that knife, or whatever. You also see the splattering of blood. It's everywhere. Something again very sacrificial. I feel he told her to be nude and the blood was supposed to be all over her. And then they had some kind of sexual act with, allegedly, right? With all the blood on her. It's really sick, all right? And I don't want to waste my time on her reading. I don't. I just don't. because I don't like it. I don't like her energy. I don't like his energy. I don't like the mother's energy. I don't like any of it. An argument, I feel, broke out between the two while this was going on, and also with her mother. I think that's what kind of took it to the edge, like, okay, come on and do this, because I'm done. Her mother's still trying to control her, still trying to control her life. Not sure if this happened in the city somewhere. There's a lot of information that is stored, okay? A lot of evidence. Her mother is deceased. And I feel like, again, there's something about the involvement of the father that has brought a lot of turmoil, I feel, into this situation that could have been avoided had he had been more involved in her life, okay? So her and acquaintance, and that is the guy that she was seeing, I feel definitely are very strong in this case. There will be justice down the road because right is right and wrong is wrong and lies are lies and truth is truth, okay? It has to balance itself. It has to. It has to do it. Okay, again, yes, there's other people involved. It wasn't just that guy. I feel like she was involved as well. Okay, he's not 100% guilty, y'all. That's not fair. It's not fair to say. He might have been drinking when he did it. Sexual intentions. I'm not going to lie. He got some gratification out of this. This boy is sick. I feel Gypsy's sick. The mother's sick. They all need help. Regardless of how they got there, they need help. All right? This case is sick. I don't want to spend too long on it for the simple fact that there are spirits out here that really need help. That really, really need help. Okay? And dark energies I really don't like. All right? So, moving forward, we can find something with... Let's go into, I think these are the cards I used before, but I'll do this one more time, and I'll also explain that card that we put to the side. No, I have not forgotten that one. We'll do a little meditation, and then I had to get to Kanika Jenkins, someone who's definitely priority here. Okay? So tell me about, just give me a card. Grounding, stability and security, performance, growth and endurance. This is what this was done for. Period. It's giving you the motive. You see that, right? Okay. And we'll do this one more time with these cards, and they're just flying because the energy is strong, and I don't want to turn that device on because I'll have problems. Okay. There'll be some dark things coming through that we don't need tonight. I'm already doing Kanika, so that's, you know, sage burning moments. Card 4. Kiss. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection returned. So I feel like this is what Gypsy was lacking, okay, in her life. So this is also a form of revenge. I feel like when she really found out what her mother was doing, what this was all about, revenge ain't the word, okay? All right. What we needed was just honesty about your involvement and your intentions. That's all we wanted as the people. That's all we felt we deserved, you know? Okay, so let's use this last card, and then I'm going to say a few things here. Hopefully I don't go into a whole reading, but... yeah. She wanted out of this dynamic with her mother. She was done. All right, she wanted to separate. All right. That's one way to do it, but you do go to prison if caught. All right, so you're saying get back to the card. Victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. Again, this is very sacrificial. All right, we're going into how people murder certain ways. All right, first of all, I've always thought murder was in some kind of way a sacrificial thing. Okay, which is why a lot of people, excuse me, not you guys, it's my addiction, do not understand murders. Because you're like, what in the world? Okay? There's blood everywhere, blood wiped everywhere, words written on the walls, parts over there, parts preserved, souvenirs kept. It's sacrificial, y'all. Whether you believe that or not. We are dealing with spiritual things in this world, not just physical things, but things we cannot see, touch, hear. Okay? So yeah, a lot of things are very sacrificial in murder. Now, going back to this card, not only was the blood a thing, a turn on for the two, they were into some very dark things. All right, I get. But I'm just going to go as far as to say, now this is, you have to use the word allegedly, unfortunately. All right, niece. But is there a possibility, y'all, that, and I can't picture this, but I keep getting this in the reading, that maybe there was a performance of sex next to the body. I'm being very serious right now. That's what I got in the meditation. Very, very strange, right? Also, he was doing weird things with the deceased body as well. And I don't know if the investigators picked this up or not, but there were some strange things done to the body. And strange things that were going to happen but didn't happen to the body. Okay? So this was very, very ritualistic. Very. And that's why I want to get out of this energy and I want to be done, because it's just gross and it's dark and it's weird. And I cannot, for the life of me, pick up a good energy in this reading. Okay. Usually when I do a reading, one of the victims, they're called victims for a reason. They're good spirits that got caught up in a situation. They trusted somebody. Things happened to them that they could not control. All right. So they are innocent. And not to say that Gypsy was not innocent at some point, because she was a child at some point. But in this particular night, in this particular act, in this murder, y'all, I cannot pick up a good energy. I cannot. Because I feel she was very, very much affiliated. I feel that she was very, very much involved. I feel she enjoyed it. I feel just some really bad stuff, all right? And I can't get any relief. And don't get me wrong, I feel very sorry about what happened to her. I mean, yes, she was a child at some point, and she was innocent at some point. But as far as this case and this particular act and murder, she's not. And this is what I'm getting in the reading, and also meditation and spirits and everything else. She's not 100% innocent. Allegedly. Okay? You know, I gotta say that sometimes. So what I want to do is move on to some spirits and people I feel are deserving of an actual exposure of their cases and also their stories. It's just something I wanted to look into. I do these bonus readings sometimes. Sometimes I do Diddy. Sometimes we've done Usher. We've done OJ. Many things, okay? So this is just something I kind of wanted to look into myself, like a self-request, if you will. But I want to get out of this energy. It's always been something about her I just didn't totally trust. It was always something, y'all, that just... it kept saying, I can't. It's like, I want to see it that way, right? But it's just something about her. It's something about her that I cannot connect on that level. I cannot see her as 100% innocent. I cannot, because I can see this. So, nope, not for me. I know there's some radical fans out there, and that's cool. You believe what you want to believe, and I believe what I want to believe. And that's the beauty of the world. All right? And, no, not my thing. Will not be supporting anything that has to do with this or her. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. But free will is a wonderful thing, like I said. And I do appreciate y'all actually joining and let me indulge in my questions. I have my answers. I believe my answers. I'm going with my answers because, like I said, I kind of felt that way anyway. So, all right, confirmed is what this is. And I'm going to name this one, I'm Living My Best Life. Isn't that what she says? All right. Moving on to Kanika, because I like her energy a lot better, y'all. I like her energy a lot better. All right. Again, you guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Going on to our next reading for tonight. Trying to get all these out the way before I have my busy week next week. Again, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for listening about this case tonight. Have a wonderful night, you guys.